Hey, it's Brian Berg with BB Direct. Thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to talk about buying a mailing list. There's a number of details that go into creating a list for your direct mail campaign, and that's what we're going to uncover today. Today's video is how to buy a mailing list. First of all, I want to say that you're not actually buying the list, you're buying the rights to use the list either one time or multiple times in a period of 12 months. So you're actually renting the list for a one-time or a multi-use. So for starters, we want to define the geography. This could be a cluster of zip codes, it could be some carrier routes, it could be a radius around your store or store locations, it could be several counties or the entire state, it could be the entire US. Defining your geography is the first and foremost piece, and give BB Direct a call. We can kind of help you in guiding you what is the best approach to defining that geography. The second thing is target audience. What does your customers look like today? Because if your existing customers all have something in common demographically, then likely mailing to the same type of prospects as your customers will give you the greatest return. So it could be, again, age, income, marital status, demographic type information. It could be behavioral characteristics, psychographic information that describe the people in your target geography. The best way to do this is to look at your existing customers. We can take your list of existing customers and we can enhance it with demographic information and look for patterns to see what do your existing customers look like. And then, of course, suppressing your existing customers is pretty straightforward. It's important too, though, but why mail to your existing customers who have already purchased or already are aware of you and already buy from you? It's better to send a different message to prospects than the messages that you send to your existing customers. So we traditionally will take a list, usually in an Excel spreadsheet, and we'll upload that into the database system and we'll remove those existing customers before you acquire and take possession of the list itself. So send us your existing customers and we'll remove those and then provide you a count report. This count is really just the number of people or businesses, if you're a B2B marketer, that exist within your geographic area. So the count report will have maybe a breakdown by ranges of incomes or ages. It'll provide you with a total sum of all the geography, or maybe a tally of records available within each of the zip codes perhaps. So we can provide you a report in a number of ways that'll help you better define who it is you're going to target. Now, you may not have the budget to mail every single soul in that particular area. So we want to think about, when you're placing the order, this next step here, we want to think about how many pieces you're going to mail, and then if there is a great quantity of those same individuals that you want to mail in the geography, much more than what you're budgeted for, you have to decide, do you want to randomly nth over all those individuals? Let's say you want to mail 5,000 pieces, but you have 45,000 available in your market territory. Which ones do you choose? You can either further, more granularly target down into those closest 5,000 people, or perhaps randomly just grab them and sample what type of response you're going to get from mailing within that geography. Or maybe you can drill down the closest radius until you reach your goal quantity closest to your store location. Placing the order is pretty straightforward. You just let us know that you're going to place the order, and we'll do so. We'll set it up for either a one-time or a multi-use price point. We'll provide you with the information that your mail house is going to need to get the best postal discount. We'll send it to you in an Excel spreadsheet. Typically, it's usually a .csv format, but you can open up in an Excel. You can the .csv is uploadable to your CM traditionally, and most all mail houses will take that format very easily into their inkjet system. So placing the order is pretty simple. You can place it on our online platform, bbdirectleads.com, and then you can select what type of format you want, but it defaults to a .csv format. Usages and limitations. We do have some limitations. Again, we mentioned the one-time or multi-use. Depending on what list you're ordering, if it's from a specialty mailer where an individual company owns these names that have responded to a particular ad before, and they're willing to impart that data for you. It might be for a one-time use only, and they'll want to see the mailing list, the mail piece itself before you do the direct mail campaign, before they release the data to you. They want to make sure that you're not competing directly with them, or that that you're not going to tarnish the reputation if their name is given out. So they're measuring the usage. They're also looking at what is in the mail piece itself. We want to also mail at least 5,000 pieces, because anything less than that is not considered statistically valid. So if you do mail a campaign 5,000 pieces and you get a percentage response, let's say 1% response on that direct mail campaign, then you can bet that if you mail another 5,000 to the same type of people with the same type of offer, you're going to get also another 1%. So it's nice, direct mail is nice in that regard, but you do need to mail at least 5,000 as a minimum test to understand what the response is going to be. Response expectations, a lot of times people will ask, what kind of response can I expect from this campaign? And that's really hard to say. We can surely talk to you about your campaign and what you've done before and try to make improvements on it. But if you're getting if your understanding is that you're going to get a 5% response, that's probably unrealistic. Most companies will shoot for between 0.5% to a 1% response in order to justify doing the direct mail campaign. And I've got a video on direct mail break even, because the first thing you'll probably want to do is understand where your response needs to be in order to justify doing the campaign at all. And starting with that is probably the best way. But I would say give us a call and let's talk further about what your expectations are, and make sure that you're not mailing and spending a lot of money on this type of medium, the direct mail campaign, unnecessarily. I hope this has been helpful. I'd love to hear your comments, and thank you for watching.